Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark III and welcome back to Starship Corporation, where at the end of last time we got some research going. We've got our ships flying here, there and everywhere. Well, actually one is, the other one's not going very far. And we've done 2 turns into the campaign. Just going so far. In this one we're actually going to start designing some ships and we'll be unlocking new technologies and toys to try and make them better and more effective. So, hooray for that. Let's end this particular quarter. And we'll see how well the research does with 1 turn under its belt. Because we are operating at slightly above the recommended level, but it's still green, so it should still be pretty darn effective overall. Quarter 3, 3020. Okay. We built an improved pilot vessel for the contract we signed last time, and we've been paid 20,000 on delivery. So yeah, we don't get a fixed amount. We just deliver a ship, and they take the design, and then they can build it for themselves. But also notice I've now got 19,800 megabitcoins going out in terms of research, on top of the 1,700 credits and for operation and the taxes. So we should. If 20,000 is not quite enough to do this, but we are getting 7,800 from our mining operation. So that's helping to keep us in the balance. So as long as we don't have any additional expenses, we're actually okay. As long as we can keep on doing contracts that get us 20,000 every turn. Which we really cannot. We also need to see if we can build a more efficient miner. That might be a thing. But the thing is, for a miner, we actually need mining lasers and we need ore systems as well to do that. Yeah, you're flying over to your salvage spot. Good. Okay, so we need to look for a new contract now. Is there anything we can do with our existing tech? The route worker... the problem with that is, well, we need, actually, more range, more speed. Okay, we don't have the speed for the route worker contract. We also lack the shields and... Well, it's a good thing I started researching better engines, isn't it? Jeez. The food contract, we don't have any cargo, and clear route requires the shields and the mining laser, and that's it. So once we get the shields and mining laser, we can actually take another contract here. However, we can't actually do anything regarding any of this just yet. We don't have the tech, and there's no contracts available for us to take. So let's check in with our research crew. How is the research project going? Oh, look at this. We've got massive progress on the... we've got good progress on the advanced octagon drive, but we're getting progress on all the others in the same set. So, as you can see, over time, we're going to build up a lot of research as it goes. But the problem is we've got to pay to sustain it. So this is also at work with better cooling. Basic armor is probably going to unlock next turn, actually. Shields will be in 2 turns. How about mining lasers? Cargo's going to take a while. So yeah, if we can last the time it required, we can get a lot of benefits out of actually going for all of this. If we buy the tech, if we buy the tech, it doesn't care how much progress we've made to researching it ourselves, but it'll still charge us extra no matter what. So getting initial techs early on, we're probably going to want to buy it. All extensions, docking clamp, landing gear, docking clamps. Docking clamp provides an anchor point to connect your ship to a space station or other ships. Build along the hull, highlighting the green area. So, okay, there's docking clamps available. Mining laser is going to take a while, actually. You know what? Actually, basic ore mills, that's what we require for an actual mining ship. That's 25,000. Is there a stat here which tells us how well they can mine? Not really. It's probably available in the ship designer, but it might be more beneficial short term to just buy some of this stuff rather than wait for it. At least that's what I'm wondering about right now. Construction space of 1,400. Let's actually buy this new hull, the Yan Mori 2, which will cost us an additional 8,000 to get. So there we go, we just bought that hull. And let's go into the ship designer and take a quick poke. The problem is we've not got any better techs right now. So I don't think we can actually do anything about any of this stuff. The salvage operation is already in progress. Route workers... no, not really. We actually need to progress and get some other things before we can take some of these contracts. Or we can expand, actually. Like, if we go to Atacom, we can invest 8,000 to get a shipyard here, and then we can actually get contracts from Acton as well. But we've got, of course, then we've got taxation and running costs and things going on too. But we don't have any contracts right now in Mars that we can really take on. So we're going to go into Acton. Let's grab Acton. So there we go. Acton has been taken over. There are currently no system contracts there because we're fresh, we're brand new. So let's go ahead and end the turn with no contracts completed, but we have got a new shipyard. So we can do more stuff. If more contracts come in. That's a big if though. Honestly. One of the little features though is we can actually pull out if we want to. Yeah, we can pull out of a shipyard there if we don't want to, if the taxes change too much or if it's costing us too much to be there. Okay. We've just gained basic armor plating, so a little bit of extra defense for our ships. No other text though. From John, Mark III. Ah, we've got another Mark III. Subject: family matters. Location: Mars. Information: your brother. It said that our brother was a little bit bitter because we got the company though. Right, what's up? Are you already suffering from a burnout? I am glad I am not the one that needs to clean up our father's mess. I want to help you though. I know the right people to give us the advantage when Stockard wins the next election. If you can provide me with at least 10k, I can guarantee the people in charge of the solar system will not forget us. Cheers, John Markley. So my brother is basically calling, asking for money. You know what? I'm okay for money. Sure. Have 10,000. Aha. My family comes first. And all that jazz. However, that means we're minus 30,000, 30,500 right now. So, you know, that was a bit of a hole. Still nothing at Acton, though. Oh, less populated, very inhospitable. But there is a lot of stuff around it, so there's actually could be contracts there. It's just that they are not doing too well right now. So Mars, I'm kind of thinking to do some of this stuff. I actually want to buy some basic techs, at the very least, just get it sorted out. Let's see. Research. Shield generator will cost. If I buy the shield generator now, it's halfway done, but that's not too bad. It's only 9,000, so tech costs 10,000. Okay, sure. Let's buy a basic shield. Let's buy the mining laser. So to figure out where it is. Okay, let's buy the mining laser. Yep, buy you. So that's that. We've got some basic stuff going on. Let's also buy the small cargo hold. The small cargo hold will unlock next turn, but I kind of want to try and build some stuff for this particular video. So, small cargo holds. We've got those. That should let us approach some of the contracts on Mars now. So, potentially we could do this. Yeah, we can. We've now got cargo bays, so we can actually attach cargo to a ship. Just to let it do things. Doesn't require speed, doesn't require fuselage, up to 200,000 in terms of cost. I think we can do this one for 60,000. Can we actually do the clear route one? Because we've got the shield generators and mine laser. Actually, we have got the stuff. Duration 1 month, max crew 25, fuel cap. Yep, I think we can do that one as well. We can actually do the route clearance one. So, let's actually get started. Let's get stuck in. Ship design. Right. We want to create a ship for the clearing route to Acton. Since we've selected this, it will allow us to use this as we go. We have got a budget though of 160,000, so we have to choose which hull we want. We can select this hull here, which has 1,400 build space, landing gear, ship mass, stuff like that. or the little bug, which is the one we sorted out, which is actually which is actually a fair bit smaller, but it's 15,000 cheaper. And I think it's got all the space we will require, because it will require shield generators, EVs, basic mining lasers. We can do this. We can do this. Let us build this ship. Let us build a ship for this. So, let's get the basics out of the way first. We need a primary engine, which I could rotate like that if I wanted to, because an engine's got to be on this yellow bit here. That's where the stuff goes. But if I put it there, then that lets us do things. Speed is 1 kc. Actually, what happened if I put in a second one? I was curious about this earlier. So if I put this into here, yep, multiple engines stacked directly. So that puts it up to 2 kc in terms of maximum speed, though it takes up a massive amount of the internal space of the ship. So we don't want to do that. We don't need a ship that fast and powerful for this particular contract, though it might be good to have the redundancy. You never know. Anyway, we got that. We need to have a bridge. We can fit a small bridge in, I suppose. Actually, that would fit perfectly right there. Small bridge there. Just packing it in at the back. Small bridge. We need a computer core as well for day-to-day operation. This is too large to fit into the side there, so this one will have to fit in, I suppose, about there. And then we also need berthings for a bunch of these guys, so we also need space for the EEVs too. If I put that there for a small pilot craft, so for the pilot's berthing, then I can go and get some technicians in here as well. Like that. And then we actually need the requirement. Yep, the requirement requires 3x EEVs. Doesn't actually tell me specifically, but I think it's like not enough EEVs. So let's actually install the EEVs now. I think they're under health emergency. Yep, there they are. So these are the emergency escape pods, basically. And I'm going to install a couple there, and let's put one there as well. So we've got 3 EEVs installed. I think that's enough. What happens if I take this off? It does need those, right? Clear route to Acton. Am I thinking of something else? I think I'm thinking of something else. Oh well, we'll just have 3 EEVs in because why the hell not, basically. But among other things, though, we actually require storages, which might be a reason why we're having problems down here. We could install small cargoes, but that's not what this one's for. We need fuel. If we rotate that thing there, then we could fit a fuel tank in very carefully, like there. Oh, missing basic mining laser. Missing energy. Okay, so we need a basic mining laser. Laser mining. Asteroids and small fragments can be absorbed by gravity generators. We don't have any of those, but this thing doesn't need them. It's just to break things up. But oh, that is actually pretty large. Hang on. If I put a fuel tank like that, actually we need more fuel, don't we? So we need the fuel all down here. So we might as well actually do this here and get the fuel, the rest of it upstairs, if possible. So fuel tank and an additional fuel tank there. We've got all the EEVs. We're missing some coolant, but I think we're going to need to use links for this because of how I've laid it out so far, which is not actually that efficient. I'm just kind of jamming things in, basically. Connectors, because as you see, we've got power connector and cooling connector, which means we can run those supplies from elsewhere in the ship if we are so required. I think that'll be a stairway, actually. So let's put the stairway into there. Then I think we're going to need a cooling connection no matter what, and a power connection too, because I've kind of mismanaged this just a little bit. So if we do that, then that is all up there. Actually, we can do this more effectively. Hang on. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, I can put it like this. Doesn't quite fit that way round. I keep pressing escape to cancel out the selection. There was a key for that, but I've forgotten it. Basically. But basically, I want to try and get this stuff packed in along there, because then that fits in very nicely on the next level up, as you can see. Was it Z? No, that's undo. Don't mind me, I know what I'm doing. I only just recently did the tutorial, for heaven's sake. Let's move the fuel up front. Yeah, that seems totally safe to do it that way. Stairway will be... yeah, right there will do. Sure. Okay, fine. Not enough pilots. We've got pilot crew. Oh, wait, we need another pilot room. Hang on. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay, so we've got the pilots, we've got cooling links, we've got power links. So, since we've got the links installed, we can actually have cooling and power on one of the decks, and it'll supply the other deck as well. Let's actually throw in the hatches now, because I think this is getting more or less sorted out. We just need to figure out where the mining laser is going to go. So we need a mining laser. Will it fit on here? Okay, excellent. The mining lasers can actually go sideways if required. Can't actually fit it in front ways anymore. So we're going to have a mining laser pointing out the side of the ship. I'm sure no one will object to that, right? I mean, not at all. Nope. We need more technicians, though, according to that. But one thing at a time. We need to keep on building our ship. We need a... Wait, do we need a big hatch for the mining laser? We do, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay. Right. We need to actually head out. Save the blueprint as... We'll save that and we'll come back to it. We need to actually get another tech, which I didn't realise. Right. Research screen. We need hatches. Is it here? Yeah, here. We go. Hatches. It probably told me in the mining laser description that I needed the hatch. Permanent crew. It's a size 3. Weapon hatch S. Oh, 2x1. So we need a weapon hatch M. Opening for a hull by weapon systems. I guess it classes a weapon system, which actually need to buy a weapon hatch M tech for this as well. So there we go. And then we can get back to the ship design. Weapon hatch M should allow us to have the laser there. Weapon hatch M. Yep, perfect. That is exactly what was required. However, there are various things we don't have, like we don't have cooling systems yet. We don't have life support systems yet either. Mildly important. I mean, people expect to be able to live on this ship. I mean, are they being pretentious or what? 2 power gens should be enough, right? Not enough cooling, not enough energy. Oh, so we actually need more power gens anyway. Could we fit a medium? No, not in that space. Okay, so this is a bit of a mess, but the lower deck is now sorted out, I think. So let's go ahead and actually install the hatches for all of this stuff. So standard hatches will be enough for most of it. So hatch, 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 hatch. Don't mind the fact you've got to go through a person's private quarters to get to the stairwell. That's entirely deliberate. Also, ignore the fact there's no cooling systems whatsoever in the ship, because, again, entirely deliberate. Yes. Okay, so that's the bottom layer all sorted out. We've actually got power and cooling links up to the top level, though. As I mentioned before, that means that we can actually have those two resources shared across the entire ship. So anything that's short down here, we can get a power plant up here as well, which will help out. But that's going to help. We've got the mining laser, we've got the weapons, we've got all sorts of doodads. We actually need cooling as well. Cooling, cooling, cooling. We need a bit of cooling. Now, if I was being smart about this, I would be able to actually, you know, do this design in such a way where it can fulfill multiple contracts. Like, if I gave this thing a big cargo bay, I could probably use this for the cargo contract as well, provided it doesn't get too expensive. However, I'm afraid I can't do any more than this right now because I'm actually out of time. So, we spent a little while building our first ship here. It's taking a while, but building the ships really is part of the meat of the game. So, you know, we're kind of meant to do that. There it is, hatches. Cooling hatch. That's cooling. 600, yeah, so I should probably be checking the stats. We need another 2 cooling units to get this all sorted out. But yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the show and this look at Starship Corporation. And I'll catch you all some other time. Yes, indeed. Probably, hopefully in a place where I actually have a vague idea what I'm trying to do. Which I actually do here, but it's even if I know what I'm trying to do, it takes a while. So yeah. See you all later.